So everybody, in this video we will be discussing Anthony at Manchester United, giving you his honest thoughts at his time at Manchester United so far. Now, we know that his rumours that he will be looking to leave Manchester United, or Sir Jim will be looking to get rid of him as his output has not been good enough, and that is completely justified. We'll be looking at reasons why Manchester United will look to get him, to let him go, why he not may be able to leave Manchester United, and all the other stuff involved with this Anthony situation. So let's get straight into it. So obviously, Anthony, it's obvious that he's found it difficult since coming in from the Eredivisie. He looked like a top quality player there. And yeah, there's no doubt that he's a decent player, but we haven't seen it enough at Manchester United now. If you look at right at the beginning when he came to Manchester United, there was a lot of hype. Initially, Manchester United were about to sign him for 25 million, but that got turned down. Now, that would have been such a bad deal, in my opinion. I think Anthony, we know he's a good player, and we know he's a player with good quality. There's no doubt in that, but for me, he's just not done well enough at Manchester United. And as I said, let's go right back to the start. So yeah, we end up signing him for 86 million. Nothing Anthony can do about that. Now he comes in, has the first good few games, scores on his debut against Arsenal, comes on. It looked like he was going to do really well. Then as time goes on, inconsistency starts to creep in, not getting many goals and assists, kind of getting in and out of the team. And then the questions start to rise immediately. With players that you spend such a high money on, if they don't hit the ground running straight away, they will get questioned. I know that's not fair, but it's just the nature of the game. You look at players in other clubs, Jack Grealish, a player who got massively criticised in his first season. Nicolas Pepe, someone who came to Arsenal for 72 million. And even Manchester United in their own case with Jadon Sancho. Now, Erik Ten Hag has obviously talked about improving Anthony, and for me, we gave him that season to adapt. I think he got really no numbers, maybe 6 goals, 3 assists last season. It was certainly not good enough. So we thought we're giving that season to adapt, and we're giving the second season to improve. Now, we know you're not going to score or assist every game, but if you can see gradual improvement, then that's something I can deal with. And with Anthony, it seems like he's gone on a decline, even worse in my opinion. I think the performances that he's put in over the past few games have consistently not been good enough. With Anthony, he's a winger who we expect a lot of. We know he's got that Brazilian flair in him, but we don't really see it enough. He's someone who's very predictable and doesn't really want to attack his winger. I mean, when he does, he doesn't know what to do, and he is a very one-sided player. Someone who struggles to use his right foot, and his game is very predictable. Someone who cuts in on the right-hand side will either put a cross in or shoot. So, similar to Rashford and all the other wingers, really, they just need variety to the game. Now, Anthony's situation is a bit more. If you compare it to Rashford, who's another player at Manchester United who's getting a lot of criticism, for me, they kind of, obviously Rashford's got that fact that he's from the academy and it didn't cost any money. But you look at Anthony, £86 million, you expect him to get at least something from the team, and for me, he's not doing that, and it does look like a real waste of money. Now, it is unfortunate because I think there certainly is a player in him, but the reasons why Manchester United must look to let him go, I think, based on performance, he's not been good enough. Now, we know he kind of has that sentimental relationship with Ten Hag. They've been at Ajax before. He wanted to sign him and one of his marquee signings, but it hasn't quite worked out. Now, Manchester United may look to cash in and revamp that attacking department. We need new players in there, freshen it up a bit. Anthony and Sancho, 2 players that are looking to be leaving, and for me, they are the players that should leave. I think Anthony, when you look at him over a wide scope of things, he hasn't got a lot to his game. He's got a bit of pace, a bit of skill, but it's not good enough for me to be at Manchester United. Now, how much you get for Anthony is a wild price. For me, you'll probably get max £40 million. I think Anthony, as I said, he's a player who's not been good enough, and Manchester United will certainly not make a profit. I can guarantee that they won't make a profit on Anthony because he's not being lived up to that value, and that's why Manchester United will be looking to get rid of him. Now, there's certainly options for him. Saudi's looking like a huge option for him for about £50 million. Maybe go back to Ajax as well. So they're definitely options on the card, but it's all about how Manchester United can use their power in order to get rid of Anthony, because it will be very, very tough. He's someone who's probably on about 250k a week, so a lot of wages, someone who costs a big transfer fee. Someone that Erik Ten Hag may be reluctant to go, but for me, he has to go now. As I said, reasons why he may look to leave Manchester United, his relationship with Erik Ten Hag. Now, whether Erik Ten Hag stays is a whole different question in itself, but for me, if I was to look at Anthony's season so far, based on the performances he's put in, he would have to leave, in my opinion. Now, as I said, for me, this is Stay or Go episode 2. I haven't really talked about it as a series, but it's a series I'll be looking at numerous of players. I'll look at maybe Ten Hag as well as a video. But this is Stay or Go. I've done one video on Rashford already. This is the second one discussing Antony, as he's a player who's been in the media quite a lot. But yeah, it's a huge 3 month for Antony in terms of his Manchester United future. If he can find some form, maybe he'll get Manchester United fans back on his side, and he will maybe stay. But for me, he's someone who you can see Eric Ten Hag, even Eric Ten Hag has just looked like he wants to get rid of him. He's not starting him in games, and that's a clear intention. With Eric Ten Hag, he does make it obvious when a player wants to leave. He leaves him out. You look at Maguire, McTominay, when they were linked away with moves in the summer, they got left out of the squad. Ronaldo was getting phased out as well. So you can see it's obvious when Eric Ten Hag knows that you're not good enough, he will just leave you out, and he will kind of exclude you from the team. Now, whether that's a good way of managing it, I don't know, but it certainly does work, and he is making it obvious. He's done it with Ronaldo before, so you can see that, and he's not starting games. And even young players like Amari Forster and Ahmad are getting minutes, and should be getting minutes over him if you want to look to the future. So yeah, it is really sad with Antony. I think there certainly is a player in there, but he has not been good enough. He hasn't been starting games, and you can see it's clear with Eric Ten Hag's actions that he's not part of his plans to go forward. Now, let me know your thoughts on that. Let me know what you think of Antony. We know, as I said, he's still a young player, but if Manchester United want to progress and be one of the best teams in the world, unfortunately, I don't think Antony can be the right winger starting. I think he's just not good enough. The output's certainly not there, and the quality's not there either. And yeah, it's just not been good enough. We know he back Eric Ten Hag, and Eric Ten Hag backs him. He's obviously had the difficulty with off the pitch stuff, but he's had a lot of time to prove himself, and it's just there's been too much inconsistencies, and you can say that about other players as well. But Antony, as I said, the player we spent and invested a lot of money into, he's looking after 2 seasons. He will be leaving Manchester United now. Yeah, that kind of concludes the video. Overall conclusion, for me, Antony must be sold in the summer. I think we can do better. I think we can get in 2 new wingers this summer with the money that we make on Antony, and it will be really important for us to make some profit off him, because we do need all the money that we can get to build into that summer budget. But yeah, as I said, let me know your thoughts, opinions, comments, all in the comment section below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and yeah, this has been a video. If you enjoyed it, I'll do some more as we build up to the transfer window, because it's going to be a busy few months for Manchester United. And as I said, we will be keeping you updated as much as we can. Just leave a like, comment, turn your notifications on, so you get a notification every time I drop a video. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, let me know your opinions, and yeah, if you do want to get involved in the channel, there's definitely vacancies open if you want to join. And yeah, thanks for watching. This has been the Antony Stay or Go episode 2. I think that's what I'm going to call it. But yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.